2,000 on Twitch.
Yeah, I got 1,936, I think it is.
When
right
you
now.
reach 2,000, sell your bathwater.
I'm not Belle Delphi. I don't think what's gonna go.
Like,
in
what
and
does she
buy
sell
my
it?
bathwater. $30 for each one of her vials of bathwater.
But like, where?
No,
like,
no,
where,
on a website.
who would let that? Oh, on her own website.
yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, she's just selling it on Amazon, dude. I mean, like, hey, Jeff Bezos, can I sell my bathwater?
Just say like anybody who donates $2 will be entered into a thing, and I'll just ship you my
To
bathwater.
win my bathwater. I mean, it could work. I mean, listen, there's so many other far-fetched ideas out there, man. In Japan, you can go to a vending machine where you can buy used panties.
That's interesting.
That's Japan for you. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our wonderful podcast. My name is Derek, one of your mighty hosts, and I am joined by two wonderful people.
Chris.
I'm Miguel.
And we are going to be talking about a wonderful topic of PC versus console gaming. What exactly is going to be the differences, the pros and cons? We're going to iron that out now. Prepare yourselves.
Well,
Prepare yourselves.
what's your preference?
Preference. Now, see, that's an interesting question. Would you care to answer first, Chris?
I mean, I started on console, obviously. I started on 360, but right now I'm comfortable on PC.
Xbox was not the first console that I got. I'm probably the oldest man at the table, a sage, an elder. I started off playing things like Super Nintendo, and then started to move my way from there. So I think that console gaming has always been embroidered inside of my soul. You know, I've always enjoyed being able to sit down inside my living room, not only with myself and my time, but also the camaraderie of my brothers and sisters to be able to play these games along with them too. Like, it was very much of a big community thing inside my house. So consoles is where I'm at, but I think that as I've gotten older, as I have gained to experience these certain games and to play these games in a certain way, that seems like the experience is a lot more different. PC gaming has given me a lot more experiences that Xbox never could in that sense, or consoles ever could. But that doesn't necessarily take away one from the other. But if I had to answer the question, my preference right now is definitely going to be a PC, for sure.
And me, myself, I've played PC gaming. I'm not really a fan of keyboard and mouse. I never have been. I've tried it, and I know if I kept doing it, I would be fine with it, with everything, of course. But I just could never get around to it. I like being central on one thing, you know?
Oh, I can respect that.
But
it's a comfortability type of deal.
yeah, myself, I'm a PlayStation 5 player. So I'd have to choose console. But I can't see why people like PC, because it's very open. It's more open than console. I feel like the opportunities you have and what you can do.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that there's a lot more customizability options. There's a lot more power that comes with something like a PC. But I mean, even that can be argued. I mean, you take a look at something like a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox One, or it's One X or One 2, the fourth, whatever it is. The Xbox itself, the Xbox One, all of these systems, especially all these next-gen systems, are just as powerful as some of the biggest, strongest PCs that you can build off of the market. Like I know if I look at my 3070 graphics card now and everything else is inside my PC, I know that it is a strong PC. But every game that would run on my PC would run just as fine on those, for sure. So, I mean, even the essence of power, comfortability, I think is a big thing. Because I'll admit to you completely, going from console to PC and using mouse and keyboard was such a learning curve.
It's hard.
It's so weird.
It is. I think that the best way I can put it is like a console, and you put the controller in your hands. Micro movements are something you have to master with your thumbs, because if you're not really good at just tilting yourself a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, you can't shoot the guy or follow the lead of your shot. If you're playing games like Call of Duty or Fortnite or whatever, playing something on PC, it's so fine-tuned. I know I can customize my mouse to its DPS to be exactly where it needs to be. My keyboard itself, I'm comfortable with it, the movement, and being able eventually to master all that, that is something that takes an incredible amount of time, talent, and just the ability to want, because it is not easy.
If you guys had to choose, I mean, I'm talking like gun to your head, had to choose.
Xbox, PlayStation, or PC?
Right. Which one can last longer?
I'm gonna say PC personally.
I think console, like, if I wanted to hop on my 360 right now, how old is that? Like, as old as a PS3.
2005, I think, is when the Xbox.
That's when I was born.
Yeah.
If I wanted to hop on it, it wouldn't have problems.
Okay, obviously.
I feel so old. 2005, that is when I was born. Oh.
That thing, alright, but like that thing is a little older than me or a little younger than me. I don't know when exactly it was released, but there's not that much of a gap. I can hop on my 360. I was playing it the other day. I wanted to play BO2, so I hopped on the 360, had no problems. But I still think PCs is the way you can like. It wouldn't be as expensive to just buy a whole new. Like, you never have to buy a whole new PC. If you have the case, you have a good motherboard. Eventually, you upgrade that motherboard. When you need to upgrade that, you upgrade the GPU. I think that's just like
So
it's just so much customization.
let's say if for console the time frame is about every 7 years. If we apply that to PC,
PCs every 5 years.
okay. So
I would say so.
for the
Yes.
upgrades you need to do every 5 years to a PC, how much? Like, what's a ballpark range?
You are-
Ballpark range. For
You
how
are
much it would
spending more money on a PC than you would on a console.
But that's for the
throughout the years.
experience.
But that's for the experience. And
So
that's
it'll be
also-
more than 500 every 5
Correct.
years.
Because I mean, a graphics card itself can run you anywhere from $500 to $800, and not even mention CPU and everything else in between. You are definitely putting money into a cash cow for sure, for comfortability's sake. For
What if I'm vegan?
optimization. Huh?
What if I'm vegan?
What if you're vegan?
Yeah. Just talking about cash cow. I'm just saying. It's a valid question. Our audience, there's a member of our audience who is vegan. I think.
I hate that I missed it. Like I missed what it was, and then it's enough to bother me that I missed it, and that joke makes you want to strangle this microphone.
PC does have a great value, though. We'll say that.
I agree. Not
Because-
Walmart's great value, but great value.
Oh.
Yes.
So I can't make puns, but you can.
Not a pun. Just you
I
said
mean-
great value. I said great value after that. It is more or less a statement than a pun.
It's very close.
When you make like a tree and leaf. Now that.
I think most people would agree that console. I'm pretty sure the majority would agree a console is a better value, but you do have to then think of exclusives.
Mhm.
I mean, which has the better exclusive, PC or console?
It depends if you're trying to like if you want a competitive exclusive, I feel like always PC. But if you want like to have a good time, like you said, like as a family console or like computer, you're gonna go with console because it has those like Spider-Man stuff like that. But if you're trying to play like competitive games, you're trying to get like in the zone, like if that's just what you like Valorant, CS:GO, that's like the type of game you would like, and that's on PC.
Yeah. That's you're only gonna find that on PC. Fortunately and unfortunately, but I think that if we want to talk about exclusives, for example, I think that market has changed. I mean, you take a look at games like Spider-Man, the recent one that came out for the PlayStation 4. Take a look at God of War. You can find those games on Steam now. They're not console exclusives.
Spider-Man's on
only.
Steam?
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
first one.
the first one.
Really?
Yep, and Miles
Remastered,
Morales.
yeah.
And Miles Morales will be coming out for it too, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, on PC, it's great. I think that unfortunately, and fortunately, as time has gone on, money, it may not be important, but the business. I need to print money, and I need to continue to print money. How am I going to do that? I'm going to.
You're printing money?
I will love. Okay, I doxed myself. But like in essence, that it is something that there is a strategy for them to continuously to make money that way. Console exclusives aren't actually a thing anymore. It only lasts for so long. I can play Halo on my PC. I can play Halo on my Xbox. Can't play Halo on my my PS4, but there's going to be certain games that stay in those lanes, and I think that helps out with value. But if you have a bridge like a PC, you have way more games available to you than any other console out there.
Like,
period.
Trying to segue, like you said, a lot of the games from consoles are coming to PC, but like you won't see Spider-Man go into Xbox. So like, if you want to like get all the games, like if you want to play this game and it's only on this console, there's the odds that it will go to PC. But like, so like everything's just funneling into PC right now. Like consoles are up here, everything, all the games are just funneling back in.
Yep.
After they blow up, have a year or two, they go straight to PC, make a little more money off of it.
Yep.
As a business standpoint.
And everyone's double dipping. I mean, you take a look at Xbox. Xbox has Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
Xbox Game Pass, you can literally buy on your PC.
Yeah.
And every single game that's on Xbox is now available to you on PC in all in one spot.
Yeah.
Steam is pretty much partnering up with like Insomniac Games and other different studios that are not owned but heavily make games for PC for PlayStation. They're feeding into their content too. So it is definitely, if you want to talk about content, if you want to swing it that way, content is supreme over in PC.
Yeah.
And will always be that way because that's where it starts.
I mean, they have those random games you'll find on Steam. Like,
Well, yeah.
I'm sure there's a vegan simulator on
No,
Steam.
there is.
There
has to be.
There has to be a vegan simulator. If there is a power washing simulator,
That was interesting.
it's
I
a
saw
great
that.
game. It's a great game. I put way too many hours into power washing.
You have more than 60 minutes on that game.
Absolutely.
It's
I
free
have.
on Game
That's
Pass.
absurd.
It's free
I
on Game
have
Pass.
literally 16 hours on that game, without fail. And who? First of all, have you
You-
ever worked a power washer ever in your life?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're cleaning something, right, and you watch something go from clean, like dirty filth to pristinely clean, it's a satisfying thing, right?
But if I wanted to power wash, I could just go outside and power wash my driveway.
But when I can sit in my studio after a long day of work and look at a playground that all these little people, language, are just messing up, I can take my power washer and I can clean it. And I can be graded. I can change the soap to clean it better. I can, like, it's so immersive, you know? If people can play games like Flight Simulator and
Yeah.
get something out of it, then I can play my power washing simulator. They have a lawn mowing
What-
simulator.
when you
I
say-
think that's so
When you say
much.
get something out of it, what do you get?
I am sated. I am satisfied. And if we think about all things in this world, we do things for satisfaction. I'll bet that if that's making food, cooking food. You don't love cooking, but once it's done, you're satisfied with the fact that you are done with that job. You don't have to look at it again. Power washing simulator is the exact same thing.
Yeah. But out of the consoles, the two main ones, Xbox and PlayStation. I know there's
Oh, this is
the Switch endless and stuff.
flame
Oh
war,
my.
dude. The endless flame war.
there's Switch too, but you know,
No,
I'm not gonna say my opinions on the Switch because it's gonna aggravate you guys.
I'm interested.
So although the Switch is a terrible unit of electronics and wires, and it should probably be thrown in a bathtub, which is better, PlayStation or Xbox? You look appalled. So Chris,
I am appalled.
which better?
As a kid that grew up on a 360, went to a 1, then just went straight to PC, I feel like I have to stay with Xbox. I have knowledge in that area. Like if I went to PS,
But you've
Fine.
played PlayStation before.
I play with a PlayStation controller on all my games now. But like I feel like I'm more comfortable with Xbox right now.
I would say my preference is going to be geared towards Xbox if I had to choose between PlayStation or Xbox. There's a lot of reasons to that. You know, it's not just because of the fact of just preference and everything else in between. I grew up with the PlayStation 1, grew up with the PlayStation 2, have both. I play my PlayStation 2 almost more than I play my Xbox because of the games that were
Do you have to
geared
ride the
towards it.
dinosaur to school too?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, actually. Fred Flintstone was my cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so...
You're friends with Biggie?
Yeah, you know what, man? No, Biggie was my boy. I was actually a feature.
Really?
Yeah, Biggie Smalls and the Big Forehead. It was community. I had a chance to be able to play with my entire family. I had a chance to play with a bunch of people, friends, and everything else too. That's why when I look at games like systems like the GameCube or the Switch or the Wii, it's the same thing. It brought that community into the room. It made it what it was. My preference will always be for Xbox over PlayStation because they have proved time and time again that they give more than a half a damn about their community. They listen to it, and they're willing
yeah.
and they're also willing to grow it. Got any more questions?
I do actually.
Shoot.
You want to hear it?
I would love to hear your inquiries, my friend. Please bestow them upon me so my brain meat is able to process them in ways that will provide answers.
Don't know what you just said, but
Sometimes I realize I shouldn't read the dictionary.
for someone.
Thank you so much again for watching, guys. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to hear our wonderful geeky conversations. If you liked what you heard, please do leave a comment down below or possibly suggestions on new topics to talk about in future podcasts. If you missed some of the ones beforehand, you can go onto Spotify or onto this channel here atop Derek Mountain to be able to see any of the great conversations we've had on all our other podcasts. My name is Derek.
My name's Twitch Hacker 456.
And my name is Chris.
And this was NPCs All.
So what is your Twitch password though?